We're going to talk about our own personal Beatle journeys in a minute, but other people have got them. And while we were filming the trailer for this series, we were down at Abbey Road, and we got approached by a young man called Jaime Noel, and Mark had a chat with him.
Yeah, fascinating guy.
So you find yourself here in front of Abbey Road. How does it feel to finally be here?
Yeah, I made a special tour out this way to see Abbey Road. It's been a dream of mine just to get close to this studio. It's always been an inspiration for me.
And you came just to explain, where did you come from?
Well, I live in Florida right now, but I was originally, before that, I was in Los Angeles working at a studio in North Hollywood.
Okay.
Yeah, well, Abbey Road was originally what got me into the desire of being an audio engineer.
Wow.
And right now it's one of the different facets of what I do, but when I first saw Abbey Road, they did a series, and they would release DVDs of all the different artists and things that were coming through and performing here, and I just completely fell in love with the whole process, and it was a very deep inspiration. And then I ended up going to school for engineering, and then went out to Los Angeles, and one day I'd dream of getting in there.
Yeah, amazing.
After college, went to LA, did that for a little bit, and I loved it. I loved it as much as I hated it. It was wonderful and it was hard, and I got incredible experiences with amazing, world-renowned musicians. And the party life was a little hard for me. I'm not much of a partier, but I party a little bit, but that was difficult. But I was really far away from my family, so I wanted to be closer to my family. And so I went to Florida to live near them, and that's been going well, but I'm a little bored. And I've been organizing music for corporate events and private events, and large bands, like 14 pieces, down to trios and things like that. My heritage is Puerto Rican, so and I really love pop music. So I really would like to go into that vein of making pop music, but kind of like an island edge to it.
Awesome. When you were going back to when you were doing your engineering work, what sort of acts did you work?
Bush was there all the time. They sort of had a residency in the studio.
They were funny in the 90s because they were massive in America and not so big here.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, why aren't they big here?
Yeah, and so at the same time, Gwen Stefani was there all the time. I had to babysit her dog one day. I remember having to do that. And then, let me see.
It's a very LA job.
Yeah.
Babysit the dog.
Yeah. Motorhead had a great opportunity to work with Motorhead, and
So we've got Lemmy is one of the guys we've interviewed.
you
passed away. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
That's phenomenal. I got to spend a good amount of time with Lemmy, and he was, oh my God, what a character! What a character!
Is there anything you can repeat?
I can say this because I remember this one time he was getting ready to do a performance. He was getting ready to do it in the studio, and he had a really sort of odd way of getting into a new headspace, and it was very eclectic. And I was asking him about it, what he was doing, and he was like, I just want to be in a space that I've never been before. And I was like, that's very curious, and I think that's it's kind of hard to say what he was doing. Maybe I'm more embarrassed than he would be.
So one question to ask everybody is, given the name of the show, can you imagine what your life would have been like without the Beatles?
Oh, I don't think that's possible. I really don't. Their music has just, it integrated itself into almost every version of pop music.
Yeah.
Right? And it took over the world.
Yeah.
And now it's in everything.
Yeah.
It's in everything. It's in hip hop, it's in pop, it's in country, it's in everything.
Yeah, amazing.
Right?
Yeah, like Beyonce singing Blackbird. Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. And now you're here?
And now I'm here, and one day I hope to be in there. But
that'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Studio 2.
Yeah.
Best solo album. So how does it feel to be here?
I got to be honest. When I was on the Uber ride over here, just thinking about it, I little tear, just a little. It's just a little emotional because it's so wonderful just to be just in the proximity of something that has been so deeply inspirational. There's so many hard moments in music, And it's very rare to find something that consistently takes you back to where you first started,
Yeah.
you know, and give you that original deep inspiration to continue to journey forward. And that's how I feel like this is for me right now. Like, I've been on this road for a long time, and with different levels of success, and, you know, still have yet to really do something as an artist. And I feel like just making this purposeful trip here is really inspiring my soul to jump back in and refuel and make something really creative and wonderful, and something that maybe the Beatles would have wanted to listen to.
Amazing, yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant. What a gem. Oh,
Yeah.
Amazing to meet you. Thanks so much.
Great to meet you, Mark.
It's so great we just bumped into you.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, Jamie was like a perfect example of, you know, how the Beatles still have an impact today. This guy's come over from Miami, and he wanted a career in production, you know, as well as being a musician. But, you know, he got really interested in the whole Abbey Road studio, and then that got him into a career in producing music.
Anytime you go to Abbey Road, there's 200-300 people a day. It's probably more than that, who've come just to look at a crossing. It's bizarre, isn't it?
Taking the same selfie.
There was one of the other people we met that day. There was that couple from America, you know, who were both, they looked like professors, but they were actually Ed Sullivan kids, weren't they?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
They'd spent their whole life, and they come over specifically to come and pay homage, you know.
They say they come every year.
Yeah,
They try
that's
and put
weird,
it into
isn't
their
it? Just
holiday
come
to
look
come
at Abbey
over.
Road.
Yeah, and just stare at a wall.